Welcome to the Forge Your Future podcast, brought to you by East Central Educational Service Center, located in Newcastle, Indiana. We proudly provide service support and collaboration to 14 counties and 39 member districts.
At ECESC, we believe that students' strengths and interests are a blueprint to forging a future of success and impact. And we are on a journey to provide support and collaboration to schools as they implement career-connected learning for all students.
As part of this mission, we are here today to celebrate the amazing educators who help the students of East Central Indiana dream big dreams and achieve more than they thought possible.
Their work inspires us each day, and we want to lift up their stories and the stories of the students they are impacting and serving. Welcome to the Forge Your Future podcast. My name is Pat Haney, director of the East Central Educational Service Center, and co-hosting with me today is Lindsay Lovern, an instructional specialist and grant coordinator here at ECESC. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks for being here and joining us. And Lindsay and I are very thankful and honored to be joined today by Emily Schaeffer, superintendent, and Liz Bryant, director of learning at Nettle Creek School Corporation. Good morning, Emily and Liz. How are both of you doing today?
Good. Good morning. We are good.
Well,
today.
We're thankful to have you here. We truly appreciate Nettle Creek's participation in our region as part of our service center and their leadership in throughout the region. So again, welcome to you, and we're excited to get started.
Yeah, we are. This is about to be the best part of my week for sure. So, Liz and Emily, as we get started this morning, we always just like to get a little background on a school district. So tell us about Nettle Creek, for those that aren't familiar, where you're located, who your students and families are, and what's your district all about.
Yeah. Good morning. So Nettle Creek Schools is located in East Central Indiana. We are a small rural district nestled between Richmond and Newcastle. Our district is located in the town of Hagerstown, but also includes our communities of Greensfork, Economy, Jacksonburg, Millville, and Dalton. Our district serves a little over 1,100 students, and that is pre-K through 12th grade. We have two school buildings, Hagerstown Elementary School and Hagerstown Junior Senior High School. Our socioeconomic background is really very similar to other rural schools around us. We are somewhere between 40 and 50% free and reduced. While we are a very small district, we pride ourselves in offering a wide range of opportunities to our students. Those include from a robust ag program, an FFA chapter, to also offering the Indiana College Core. The Nettle Creek community has a lot of pride in the school, and we receive a lot of support and involvement from our community stakeholders. So I think that is one thing that is very unique about our Nettle Creek schools, is that our community is very involved and supportive of what we do. Our brand is small school, big experience, and we work really hard to offer the best opportunities for our students.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you, Emily, for that background. So as you think about the small school and big opportunities, what are you most proud of, or what is something that you want to celebrate today? And maybe an example that highlights the experiences that you provide for your students.
Yeah. So when people ask me what sets Nettle Creek apart from other schools, I think a couple of things come to mind. I believe it's our commitment to high quality instruction, and also our level of support for continuing to grow administrators, teachers, and our students. I'll let Liz talk about a little bit about our commitment to high quality instruction that has happened really over the last 4 to 5 school years.
Yeah. So about 4 years ago in 2020, we started a partnership with the NIET framework, which is the National Institute for Excellence in Teaching. And we started this partnership because we needed, or we saw a need for a common language throughout our district of what high quality instruction really looks like, sounds like, and feels like. So we started a leadership team, and we adopted this framework that uses the TAP rubric as the tool that guides high quality instruction. Through this framework, we provide teachers with weekly professional development within their contracted day. Our focus has been growing teacher and administrator instructional capacity to improve student learning, as well as to increase student achievement. We have a lot of systems that have been put into place over the last 4 years that promote a student ownership of learning and provide teachers opportunities to assess the impact of instruction on student learning. And now we have, after this work, we have developed that common language, and it starts as early as our preschool classrooms and travels all the way up through our high school classrooms. Teachers use the common instructional terms, and they also use time to reflect upon their instruction they're providing students.
So over the past few years, using this model, using this model over the past few years, you said 4 to 5 years, what have been the biggest impacts that you've seen come out of making this change?
Well, I think just student achievement has grown. Our SAT scores were ranked above the state and probably the highest, I think, in the county last school year. We're hoping this year we have the same results. We've seen some great improvement in our math scores at the elementary school, which has been really exciting because they've invested a lot of time into developing, not just focusing on their tier 1 instruction, but also developing a system for intervention and providing support.
I think about, what is it that we do? It's not only providing opportunities for our students in the Nettle Creek School community, but we are here to provide the absolute best education that we can to our students and our community. And so really taking a hard look about how can we make sure that that is happening in every classroom, and how can we develop this common language so that when a district leader talks with an elementary teacher or a junior, senior high school teacher, our language is all the same, our expectations are all the same, and they are clear on how we can provide high quality instruction to our students. I think the outcome is going to be significantly better. It's really helped us streamline all of our practices at Nettle Creek and identify, again, what Liz said. This is what we believe good teaching looks like, sounds like, feels like, and in turn are going to have higher student achievement in the classroom as a result of that district-wide common understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk a little bit more about the leadership development piece as well?
Yeah, and so I think through our instructional work, we've not only improved the work in our classrooms, but we've also developed a high quality system of support for administrators and teachers. So we know if we want our students to be able to grow within the classroom, we have to make sure that we have the same expectation and the same level of support for our teachers, for our administrators, and really for Liz and I as district leaders as well. So we've developed a number of different processes and meetings to help make sure that those growth opportunities are happening throughout each school year. Liz and I meet monthly with our district instructional leadership team. And so that team includes Liz and I as district leaders, our building administrators, a master teacher from each building, which is like an instructional coach. They lead professional development weekly for our teachers, and then also 3 mentor teachers from each building. And they work. They still have a classroom full of kids, but they also help us with coaching teachers to help develop and implement that high quality instruction that we're trying to achieve within the district. Our building principals, they meet with their building level instructional leadership team every week. Liz and I try to attend. We sort of bounce back and forth, divide and conquer. I'll go to the high school, Liz will go to the elementary, and then the next week we'll switch. But really, that is our building level principals. And then Liz and I also meet with are new to Nettle Creek teachers. So it doesn't matter if they are first year into their teaching career or 26th year into their teaching career. Liz and I meet with them 2 days before school starts and then monthly throughout the school year. And we really focus on acclimating them to our culture of support, because it looks a little bit different than maybe here's the copy machine and here's your code. Really our instructional support, but also provides ongoing instructional mentoring through their first year at Nettle Creek. So really just gives them another resource to receive some structured PD that aligns with the work that we are doing district-wide, but also another resource to talk about what does that look like in our classroom? What does posting a high-quality learning objective and standard in your classroom, what does that look like? What does high-quality academic feedback look like? And so really helping mentor and grow our new to Nettle Creek teachers as well.
Absolutely. And just to celebrate that for a minute, I always say that as educators, we have to change the way we learn before we change the way that we teach. And it just, it's, you've put systems in place to become a learning organization for adults, for students, and those systems are what allow everybody in that organization to have that common focus and that common language. So kudos to you on that work. That is not easy work, and possibly the hardest work that can be done in a school. So kudos to you for tackling that. And as you move forward and as you look ahead and down the road, kind of shifting it a little bit, what would you say are the most significant challenges you're facing, or your students are facing in the corporation, and how are you working to address those new challenges on the horizon?
I think one of the things that has been probably or will become challenging is that we've spent the last 4 to 5 years hyper-focused on instruction and providing high quality instruction. And now with the new high school diploma requirements and just really that shift in what K-12 education is going to look like, I wholeheartedly believe that high quality instruction, academic instruction still has to be a focus, but now there is this other layer that is completely different and outside of academics, but an opportunity that an exploration that we need to provide our students. And that is the career exploration starting in pre-K through 8 really, but then also that meaningful career experience before students graduate high school. And so it's not a new piece, but it is new because we have sort of the official guidance, I guess you could say, from the Indiana Department of Education. And so I think one of the challenges will be for us as we start to move in that direction and add that on is not to lose focus on that high quality instruction. It can't be this or that when we talk about teaching and learning, but also career exploration and career opportunities. It has to be both, and we have to do both really, really well. And so I think one of the challenges will be is getting what those systems up what they look like at Nettle Creek and getting them up and running, but not allowing us to lose that focus and that intentionality and that work that we have put into our teaching and learning as well. I'll let Liz talk about maybe some other challenges as we think about the future as well.
Yeah, I think, we have new teaching and learning standards, released this year. We always have new legislation, especially focus on literacy instruction and really improving kindergarten readiness. So, combining all of that, I think that a challenge we talk about is just how we're going to respond to that and ensure that we have a strong early childhood program that's preparing kids for school. In response to that, about 4 years ago, we opened our own preschool that provides early childhood instruction for 3 and 4-year-old students in the community. That was a need, but as we see the rigor increase, as we see the expectation increase, we have to maintain that. And so part of our process was working to become Paths to Quality credentialed. And so we are excited that we are in our second year of Paths to Quality Level 3, which means we met the criteria of the Indiana Early Learning Foundation standards. We've created a safe and healthy learning environment for our future kindergarten students. We have seen such a great positive impact that this program has had on our community, on our school community, because as we look at incoming data from our kindergarten readiness assessment, students who are attending our program are scoring above students who are not going to an early learning program or who are coming from a different program. And so we have data to show that the work we're doing is effective. Another thing that's very important to us is, along with our preschool classes, our program also prioritizes all-day childcare to support families in our community. We want to not only be in the business of educating students, but also helping families be successful. And so by having this all-day childcare, children as young as 3 are provided care in the school. 3, 4, and 5-year-olds have care between 7:30 and 6 p.m. And then we also have a partnership with Boys and Girls Club that they can start once they're 6. And so having that program, I think, has really just helped our parents in the community maintain success with their own employment, but also just provides a structured environment for these kids as they get ready to become learners at Hagerstown Elementary School.
Congratulations on your Paths to Quality designation.
Thank you.
Not everybody knows that is very difficult.
It's a lot of work.
Liz has worked really hard at moving in that direction, and it takes a driven individual to be able to get to that level with Paths to Quality. And so I agree, Lindsay, not everybody understands what that entails, but it is a huge accomplishment. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I really appreciate what you said too, Emily, about all of the changes that are coming and trying to just make sure that even with the inspiration to rethink high school, doing that in a way that doesn't sacrifice high quality instruction, I think is something that's probably on a lot of people's minds. But yeah, I so appreciate your dedication to that and that focus that we're going to maintain that quality even while there's other things kind of going around that we need to also be tracking and paying attention to. I think that's something that is really going to benefit your students and that I'm sure your community appreciates as well.
Yeah, I think it is challenging. It's always challenging as a school leader because you feel like you're, the circus act that is balancing and juggling all of the plates. And I think that's why we have believed that the systems and the processes are really important to nail down and say, this is what we expect, and this is how we're going to keep that process going. I'll use our level of support and just our model of meeting as a district instructional leadership team monthly, having our building principals lead that weekly professional development, our master teachers lead that weekly professional development with teachers. It's our commitment. That's on our calendar. It's always going to be there. We know we have to prepare for it. I think that as we're forward thinking, it's going to be really important for us to do the same with the career exploration and work-based learning piece of it. When I think about another challenge that sort of is on Liz and I's radar as well, is we are a smaller school, but we are so very fortunate that we can offer the Indiana College Core within the four walls of Nettle Creek Schools. And that, I think, is a significant celebration when you talk about a school our size, is that we have an opportunity to allow our students to receive at least 30 college credits before graduating high school. And we have many that take advantage of that. The perk of that is they move on to post-secondary ed, and they only need 3 years or so to get their bachelor degree. And we have some of them that can enter the career field sooner, or they're staying in post-secondary ed to get their master's. And overall, that cost is significantly less than what it was when I was in high school and not graduating with those 30 college credits. And so I think that's exciting, but it also poses a challenge as we think about and plan for our future, that how are we going to maintain that opportunity for our students at Nettle Creek Schools? And so that is making sure that we're maintaining a pipeline to ensure that we always have access to credentialed teachers for dual credit opportunities. And that is no easy task. I celebrate that we're able to offer those 30 college credits now, but that could change next school year if we have a teacher that leaves us that has that credentialing to teach one of those courses. And so I think it's being really creative as a small school that, number one, we're working really hard to retain our teachers that we do have, also build the capacity of teachers on our staff that we're helping them maybe go through those courses or meet those credentials, even though we may not yet need them. And then also entertaining ideas that I would consider outside of the box, and looking at, okay, let's say we don't have a teacher that is licensed to teach that. How can we develop partnerships outside of our four walls so that our students still have opportunities to get those Indiana College Core credits if we can't offer them at Nettle Creek Schools?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. That's a great segue into our next question that I wanted to ask you, Emily. And also, quickly before I ask that question, I also want to call out that with all of the work that you are doing to keep a focus on high quality instruction, I love how you all are speaking to those through lines to student achievement, right? That is that those outcomes are always front and center in your planning and your collaboration, and in the systems that you have in place to ensure high quality instruction. So that just really resonated with me, and wanted to call that out. And so as you move forward in all of this work, talk a little bit about your relationships to partner organizations, and how the power of those partnerships are impacting both outcomes and also opportunities for students.
Yeah, so we are fortunate. And I think that is one thing that is so important as a district leader that maybe a lot of people don't understand. I spend a lot of time, and Liz spends a lot of time meeting with different partnerships off campus and just investing in those conversations. And it seems like to others, we may spend a lot of time outside of our office or off campus, but the end result and the impact that that has on our students is so incredibly important. I couldn't imagine not having opportunities to sit at the table with all of these people we have partnerships with. I think that the Wayne County Chamber helps us with that. But I also just really appreciate that partnership between all 5 school leaders within the district or within the county.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling out all of those partners. I think you're right that people don't necessarily have that behind the scenes view to know like the support that you receive so that you can support your teachers and students. And of course, we're, humbled and honored to be able to be part of that village for you here at the service center. We so appreciate the partnership of our member districts as well, and you all specifically.
We have to wrap up with the question we always like to end our podcast with, and that is asking for a recommendation. So Emily and Liz, what are you recommending right now? Tell us about something you'd be excited to recommend to others.
I get to go first.
All right.
Okay. I looked at Liz and said, "You want to go first?" But maybe I should go first.
No, I'm good.
Right,
I'm
okay.
good. I'll be good.
I never know what Liz is going to lead with. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll do something personal. I think that anybody in a leadership role knows that it can be a very lonely world. It can be very daunting and very stressful. And so my recommendation is that you have to find something that you will do every day for yourself. Anybody that knows me knows that every day I
walk her dog,
Enzo. I walk my dog every day. It is what makes me whole. It is what clears my mental, and I will rush out of here. It is my thing. I think everybody needs to have something that will fill them back up. So when they leave work, they're going home and they're being their best for their family as well. So that is my recommendation. You always take care of yourself first. So
we have to take care of ourselves, because if they don't have Emily Schaeffer in her best form leading, then we can't ask anybody else to be given their best. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so that we are ready to show up for everyone else who relies on us every day. And sometimes that's really challenging, and we put ourselves last. And I think in the long run, it's just such a negative outcome for us. And so it's challenging, but I always try to encourage my leaders, encourage my teachers, like, it's okay. It's okay. Carve that 1 hour or whatever it is out of your day. Do something that fills your cup that is unrelated to your career, because you're going to be better off when you come back and you're going to be ready for the day, for your kids, for yourself, to provide your best so that everybody else can be their best.
Absolutely. Very good.
And then you just came out with this like beautiful, inspiring message for all of our educators and listeners. That was lovely.
Thank you.
And we're recording this on a Friday, so definitely hope that you both, as well as your team at Nettle Creek, heed that advice and take some time for yourselves this weekend to refresh and renew. And again, just want to say thank you for giving us not only the chance to partner with Nettle Creek, but also for taking the time today to give us and all of our listeners a glimpse into what Nettle Creek is all about, and the way that you work together to serve your students and to serve your community. We are grateful for both of you and grateful for your leadership. And we again appreciate you joining us. So thank you everyone for listening to the Forge Your Future podcast. And we wish you all the best. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the Forge Your Future podcast. We hope that this glimpse into the bright future of East Central Indiana inspires you and brings you hope.
We have the privilege to work with these future makers every day and want to share their stories throughout Indiana and beyond.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, please share it with your circle and let's keep the conversation going.
You can connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on our website.
Until next time, remember that your strengths and interests are a blueprint to your future of success and impact.